You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Lincoln Jacobe, who is a young entrepreneur on his way to being a media mogul. In 2003, he was recognized in the 40 Under 40. In 2004, he was named Entrepreneur of the Year by the Honolulu Filipino Chamber of Commerce, and this year was recognized as a Regional SBA Journalist of the Year. I'm so impressed listening to all of these things you did. I mean, you were just recently recognized in the 40 Under 40, which makes you a very young, successful person. You've had so many jobs and experiences and career choices. I mean, how do you manage your time on a daily basis? And what does your day usually consist of?
Well, time management is definitely something I had to learn fast because while going to college, I had 3 jobs and going to college at the same time. So it was always for me a time management essential part of my life. So today I practice the same things I've done back then. Juggling, making sure all the balls are up in the air and employees are getting paid, vendors are getting paid, business is being brought in, employees are happy, customers are happy.
How are you prioritizing that?
I think it depends on what actually
because you run it through your head, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything, goes through my head, and it goes through paper that goes to my directors and through my management staff and to our associates. So we have a great team of employees and tremendous support to me and our vision.
But if you have 100 things to do today, how do you know which one is going to be first, which one's going to be second, which one's going to be third? Or is it more what's urgent at the time, or how are you organizing?
Well, in our business, things come down the pipeline very fast. Like, sometimes we could get a good example is what is that called? Let's take the Janet Jackson concert, for example, that happened with HBO. We were literally called 2 weeks before the concert, and we had to drop everything to just handle that one customer. So everything else got put on hold, whatever we were working on.
How do you manage that, though? You have to drop everything, which means you have what the other clients say. How do you manage that?
Well, we still try to keep all the customers happy and not let them know what we're going through internally in the office. So it's we have to put on a good customer service hat on and explain to the customer that we may not be able to get it to you today, but we'll definitely get it to you in about a week or so. So there's time management essential skills that we have to implement within ourselves and our customers. So that has kept us going, allowing us to bring in business, take on some big projects, while actually still servicing our regular customers, the customers that still mean a lot to us.
I know that you're extremely busy. Can you talk to us a little bit about the community work that you're doing and the nonprofit work? And more specifically, how does that tie into your business? And, how does that basically help even your bottom line?
Well, our company's philosophy is to always help the community in whatever way we can in terms of what we know and we know well, which is we've been in the high technology industry. So in the past 9 years, we created a technology news network, and that houses Flavors of Technology TV on OC16 on Time Warner Cable. We also have a television show called Tech Buzz that's on KHON Fox 2. And we also produce a weekly segment on KHON2 Morning News with Kirk Matthews that's every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. And we provide a up-to-date quick tip and information on what the latest is in terms of technology happening locally, internationally, and nationally. And we also have a weekly radio show on Clear Channel Communications on KHVH AM 830 that's held every Thursdays from 3:30 to 4 p.m. And that's called .biz Talk Radio. We also have our technology events that we house under the Technology and Internet Expo. We also produce the annual intellectual property licensing conferences, and we also produce the annual event to award and recognize those in the tech industry called the High Tech Leader Awards, and that's usually held in the month of September, October time period, and that's coming up soon. In terms of the nonprofit work that we do, we created our own 501c3 nonprofit foundation. It's a separate corporation from our private companies, and we use that as a tool to actually raise funds and work with schools on computers for schools programs, helping teachers and students educate themselves to help bridge the digital divide. We also try to use that for programs that we created ourselves. We also created the Technology Scholarship Fund, where we actually will be providing scholarships to students who would like to major in science or technology. programs in college. So we're going to be helping students that are at minority, that have financial aid issues, that are less privileged in some areas. We're going to help women in technology as well. So there's several areas that we are interested in helping through the foundation. Another program we created was the Children Without Computers program, where we actually help students and teachers buy computers for themselves, for the classrooms, or for the students to take home to do their homework or projects. So that's a project that's also through the Pacific Technology Foundation that we are able to use to help the community. In fact, all the time, the charity never benefited really what our business did as a business. We were in the media and entertainment business, but we were giving out money to other types of nonprofit organizations or volunteering for other nonprofit organizations that really never necessarily hit the heart for me. Or
they're not on point.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Like off the bullseye, kind of.
Yeah, they weren't like in line with what our mission was. And I looked around the state of Hawaii to find any type of nonprofit, charitable foundation or organization that maybe we could partner with, and I unfortunately didn't find any. So I decided to talk to my lawyer that specializes in building foundations and nonprofits for companies, and he was able to help me put together our entire company, this 501c3 nonprofit charitable foundation here in Hawaii, to help these programs that we want to start. We didn't find anyone that was doing anything directly to help the students and teachers locally, and whether they're in public or private schools, educate them and keep them updated with all the fast changing technologies that are occurring every day. So that's pretty much what we decided to do. And quite honestly, I'm not sure if other companies will want to, jump on the bandwagon with what I feel, is charitable.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio Hawaii.